Let's embrace what Paul Canet said. Building an incinerator today means telling the whole planet that we don't have the necessary intelligence to treat the content of our garbage cans while respecting the life and future of generations to come. Here we are at the heart of the problem of pollution. Scattering the germs and waste of our society by burning all that into the atmosphere leads to consequences on the environment, on the crops, on the pasture lands, and on the fields about us. It's easy to understand that our friends, the cows here, are biological suction systems that take up whatever we generate, reconstitute the toxic substances within their fat, and hand that back down to us through milk, cheese, and meat. Whether we like it or not, the incinerator is the myth of waste disposal. Actually, not much is disposed of. On the contrary, new toxic substances are generated, and they're very hazardous. Dioxins, furanes, heavy metals are discharged. And all these cocktails have tremendous health consequences, and they're scattered in our food on a daily basis. And what they never tell you about is the blast furnace slag, the solid ash that we scatter throughout the environment, and that crops up here and there, contaminating prairies, catchment areas, aquifers, with dioxin, which is the most potent poison on the face of the earth. What you see here is what French legislation elegantly calls a storage center for ultimate waste. Well, the waste here is not ultimate at all. 50 to 60% of the waste here could easily be recycled. Cardboard, plastic, scrap iron, glass. All it is a dump, an insult to the earth, a Pandora's box for future generations. In terms of our ecological footprint, if you take an incinerator like this and you imagine society that operates with incinerators like this throughout the planet, we would need 7 planets instead of 1. These wetlands are a very small fragment of the biosphere. The biosphere, where life is possible, starts at 200 meters below sea level and it extends to 4,000 or 5,000 meters in altitude, where life becomes difficult. If we were to represent this biosphere on a 2-meter wide sphere, it would be no thicker than a layer of varnish. Consider how mad we are to use the little space we have to live to dump the waste, the garbage, the germs of our consumer society. You must be thinking, what can I do on a small scale, in my little kitchen, in my household, with my kids and all that? Well, that's precisely the big question, where it all starts. We have to take over. Up until now, life has been such that we've organized our lives with the services and packaging we're offered. We've been offered plenty of things, but actually, in the end, we're the ones who pay the price. Given all the waste issues we face, do you think it makes sense that most people in France don't pay for their waste in terms of volume or weight, but as a proportion of the surface area of their housing? As long as the system does that, the authorities are sending out a clear message. And the message is this: you can sort, you can choose not to sort, pollute, don't pollute, we couldn't care less. Well, we do care, and you have to say so. We want to generate less waste, and we want to pay for our waste as we do for water, electricity, or the telephone. And if you do that, you can divide the waste you generate by 4. And it works, whether in Edmonton, in Freiburg, Germany, or in the community of towns of Porte d'Alsace here in Daine-Marie. We've reduced waste from 400 kilograms per capita per year to 96. Don't you tell us theoretically this or theoretically that. No, it works, and it's been working for 15 years. Sorting first consists in separating whatever rots, whatever is fermentable, out of your garbage can. In your garbage can, 30%, in other words, 30 kilograms out of 100 kilograms of waste is fermentable. So you take that out and put it into a compost unit such as this one. And the worms rise through the floor and transform the waste into compost. In other words, the products you get from the earth, you give back to the earth. Those people who are not fortunate enough to have a backyard where they can have a compost unit should go and speak to their elected officials to request the collection of the bio-waste, of the fermentable waste, and certain cities, such as Freiburg in Germany, collect bio-waste. It goes into a methane generator, and it's transformed into methane and energy. Once 30% of your fermentable waste is composted, what you have left in your garbage can is 50% of recyclable waste. Paper, cardboard, scrap iron that you need to recycle. These are products, not waste. They're secondary products that you should send off for recycling. And then, what's left in your garbage can? Well, 20% of unsortable products. Products that are not well packaged. Products the packaging of which is poorly designed. So all in all, from 100 kilograms of waste initially, you end up with 20 kilograms of products that you're unable to process. We offer specific garbage cans, fitted with a chip, such as this one. It's inserted in a cell, located below here. On the chip, there's your name, your first name, and so on. And the truck has a special hoisting device that weighs the garbage can. And you pay for your waste per kilogram, the same way you'd pay for water, electricity, or the telephone. So it's up to you to put less waste in your garbage can. And you can by buying better products with less outer packaging. So that's how you can reduce waste from 400 kilograms to 90 and dispense with and even shut down many incinerators and landfills in France. Paul Connet is right when he says that we lack intelligence. Is it intelligent to use these facilities here to burn 80% of our household waste? Consider that aluminum is destroyed here, and aluminum costs 900 euros a ton. Plastic bottles are incinerated here. Plastic costs 230 euros a ton. Cardboard, 108 euros a ton. So quite obviously, we're wasting money. Can our societies, can households afford to let all that go to waste? In France, such initiatives are not supported at all, because everything revolves around incineration. In Germany, local authorities that make sorting and recycling efforts are given 24 euros per inhabitant per year, whereas in France, Eco-Emballage offers a mere 6 euros per inhabitant per year. The system is designed to stifle solutions that save on material, help recycle, or encourage beneficial reuse. As long as French officials and authorities don't make packaging companies offer better packaging, as long as supermarkets don't offer facilities to let shoppers sort out outer packaging, we'll still have the same problems. Citizens can do a great deal by sorting, but major efforts have to be made by the French institutions. And it's a steep hill to climb now, as long as they support incineration and don't put an end to incineration through legislation. Let's be bold enough to shed these technologies that are burdensome, extremely costly, and useless and that we inherited from the past century, and let's embrace beneficial reuse of materials and a light economy that offers a bright future and sustainable development.